when you come to these smaller communities, we're struggling.
You gotta work, work, work just to keep food on the table.
People are busy trying to survive, just get to the next day.
Increasingly, we are seeing rural communities become poorer. These communities have been ravaged over many generations with a persistence of poverty. 20% of the population living below the poverty line for over 30 years. Over 30 years, 1 in 5. Without investment in rural America, America will not be a healthy and vibrant nation.
I've lived here all my life, 52 years of it, and I love it. My husband, I mean, his job's good right now, but, you know, the coal company like it is, you know, it's getting worse.
In Appalachia, we've got communities that haven't had a good investment in a really long time in their facilities and their housing. We have communities that don't have access to clean drinking water or sewer. One way that you bring the necessary infrastructure it takes to create a real community is with community development corporations. Really, everything imaginable, I think, is being done by CDCs. Water projects, sewer projects, medical centers, downtown revitalization. Take childcare, for instance, right here in Hazard. We've helped build 2 different facilities with the local CDC here.
I'm a working granny. I dropped my little 6-year-old granddaughter off here at the daycare. It's just $5 a day for her. It helps me while I work. I probably couldn't work where I keep her all the time.
Good morning, guys. Hi, Joe. How's everybody this morning?
We have the partnerships. We know the communities. We're established in what we're doing. The real barrier has to do with the consistency and the size of the money available. What we need is more gas in the car. I mean, like, capital is the fuel.
We don't have much of a private economy. Right now, we're 30 to 40 years behind the rest of the United States in our infrastructure needs. Forbans is a certified community development financial institution, and we get our certification from the Department of Treasury. There are CDFIs all across the United States. The thing that community development financial institutions have is relationships within the community.
How's your business going?
Good.
Yeah?
Good, good. Yeah, it's starting to get busy again.
Are you guys looking for a new location, or are you going to stick?
Yeah.
Like we know people are unfamiliar with lending, so we also provide education around that to increase their financial knowledge and capability. They can consolidate their debt with us and also build their credit.
What are you going to do? My credit was kind of low, so I took a $500 loan and I would make like 45 payments, and all my payments were like on time. My credit was building, and I liked that. Okay, let's put this in the oven.
We have something called the Small Business Revolving Loan Fund, and we get the loan fund capital from different sources. Sometimes, oftentimes, it's from the federal government, and it can come in the form of a loan or grant funds. So we re-lend that out to the communities and entrepreneurs.
The biggest challenge in most of the federal government programs that are offered to build facilities, to do community projects, is a match requirement. When you're in an impoverished area, the capital resource isn't there to provide that matching component.
That's hard for a resource-strapped organization, especially someone as remote as us, because we don't have access to a lot of the big foundations. But when we do, it unlocks those resources for us.
If you would drive around in the Mississippi Delta, there are small towns that people has to drive so far to find a place to bank. It's a banking desert.
Since the recession in 2008, communities across the country have lost bank branches in record numbers. 93% of them have been in low-income communities. Instead of banking branches, you'll see petty lenders, check cashers, pawn shops, predatory lenders who charge those who are most vulnerable exorbitant, what should be criminal rates. That's why community development financial institutions are so vitally important.
How much are you actually putting in the account?
$20.
$20, okay. And you're putting in...
With Hope Credit Union, our members are our owners, and so they are the ones who benefit from any profits that are generated. Almost 40% of Hope's members didn't have a banking account before they joined the credit union.
Well, I just borrowed $34,000 from Hope Credit Union to buy these two machines right here. It's going to help us a whole lot.
We will be using Hope Credit Union when we do whatever after the harvesting season.
Oh, that's a must.
Yeah, we have to use Hope.
Aquí vivo yo con mi familia, mi esposo, mis 4 hijos. La traila está deteriorando y no tiene puertas, no tiene ventanas. Se moja aquí. Ahí está el bote. Y se moja aquí.
So Colonia traditionally is an unincorporated neighborhood that vary in sizes from 10 houses to, like this one, there's 6,000 people living here, and it's one of the poorest areas in the United States. You know, when you're an incorporated city, then you are able to access the tax base and access housing capital to build houses. And here, they're not. And so they're kind of stuck out in the cold, and it takes organizations and nonprofits and for-profits to come in and help try to do that. We build houses, and we lend money. We do financial education. Anything that we see that we can do, that our skill set will allow us to do, we do to improve the community.
Están ayudando a más personas a que se viva mejor, que no estemos como estamos viviendo nosotros.
Our organization builds 130 to 150 affordable housing units every single year. But we could build 10 times that. It's not like we don't have the labor, it's not like we don't have the clients, and we don't have the need. What we don't have is enough money to do that. There are federal dollars waiting for us to access. If we can just get enough private equity funding, and it will unlock it.
The good news is we don't need to invent the solution. The solution's right in front of us. There are so many vibrant, amazing organizations led by remarkable people doing work on the ground in rural America. If we can build the kind of collaboration of private philanthropy and the private sector who would work together with government, the result would be something transformational for America.